The time has come. You guys get to see the new Jeep and the build I did on the Jeep. I'm so freaking excited to share this with you guys. So real quick, it is very, very windy today, if you can't tell. So I do have my little microphone on, so I hope that's going to block some of the wind, because today's my only window of clear weather where I can really get this filmed. And I need to get this out so you guys can see this amazing build that I did. So for the ones that are new to the channel, because I'm sure there's some of you guys seeing me for the very first time watching this video, just a real quick small recap of who I am. I have for the last 3 years been living in my other Jeep Wrangler that I have and traveling around the states, exploring nature in my Jeep Wrangler. My other Jeep Wrangler was a 2015 Jeep, and it was on a 3.5-inch lift with 37-inch tires. Yeah, I know. But it got me to 27 states, so can't complain. But I have a new Jeep now, and my other Jeep is in storage, which I'm going to get it all set up to sell and everything. But this is my new Jeep, and my new Jeep is a 2023 Oscar Mike Edition Jeep Wrangler. It's brand new. When I got it, there was only 3,000 miles on it. Now there's 7,000 miles. So the Jeep was completely stocked. And when I say it was completely stocked, meaning the tires were stock tires, everything was, you know, completely stocked. So I had to take a few weeks and build out this Jeep right there, right here. And yeah, I mean, after living in my other Jeep for so long and going to all these places, I learned a lot. I mean, I changed the inside of my old Jeep around, I think 4 or 5 different times. So it was definitely a learning process, and it made me learn a lot on how to build this Jeep right here. I did a lot differently. A lot of things different with this Jeep right here. First of all, let me say, this is a newer Jeep. And with it being a newer Jeep, it is a little bit bigger on the inside. It's 6 inches bigger on the inside. So it's 3 inches wider and 3 inches height-wise bigger. So that gave me a little bit more space to work with. Now also with my old Jeep, you can go back and watch some of those videos. There's a playlist section under my playlist titled How I Live in My Jeep, and you can see how I had my old Jeep set up. The old Jeep, the reason why I changed it around so many times is because it just felt so cluttered. I just felt like I didn't have a whole lot of space, and I have OCD, by the ways, so that was always aggravating me. So with this build right here, I wanted to try to give me more space on the inside of the Jeep. And I definitely did that, because there's some times that I'm stuck in the Jeep because of bad weather. And then also when I'm sitting up in the Jeep, I'd like to have some headroom and not have my head touching the hard top. So yeah, and then if I need to cook inside my Jeep because of bad weather, I'd like to be able to do that too. Not full-blown meals, but, you know, cook a little something. So this was definitely done a lot differently. And I'm pretty happy and content with it. Where I'm at right now, I have been at this location for a whole entire week. And yeah, let's see the build. Now just real quick, mind you, where I'm at right now in this force, I have been up here in this forest for a whole entire week already. So it is a little disorganized inside the Jeep, but I wasn't really going to clean it up too much because you guys should really see how I live in the Jeep. And yeah, I mean, so, I mean, it's not like messy. I did clean it up just a little bit. But it's not as pristine and clean and crisp looking as it was when I first built the Jeep out. So, yeah. So, all the stuff that you see on top and everything, I had it on my other Jeep. You can go back and watch the videos about it. This is a wraparound awning, the hard cases. I did get a new roof rack because my other one wouldn't fit on this model Jeep. So yeah. So then over here you can see, this is a water jug. My old Jeep, I had a 3-gallon water jug that I kept inside of the Jeep. So yeah, that took up space. And I'm trying to have more space. So these are water jugs. They're made specifically for water. 2 gallons is what it holds, 2 gallons of water. So this is potable water that's in there. I have one here and I have one on the other side. So that's 4 gallons of water right there that I'm carrying. And it's on the outside of the Jeep, not on the inside. So that gives me a little bit more room on the inside. Then I have this. And this is 1.5 gallons. That doesn't really take up much room at all in there. It's really skinny and yeah. So before I go out in the middle of nowhere, I fill up all of them, including the one on the inside. So that gives me 5.5 gallons of water right there. Potable water that I can use to cook with, make my coffee, my hot tea, little one's water, all that stuff. Little one is my dog. You'll meet her later. So whenever I use the one that's on the inside because it has a little spigot and everything. So that's the one that I use for when I'm cooking and making my coffee and the hot tea and all that. And then whenever it gets empty or low, then I just take one of these off and I refill it. And then I put this back on. Easy peasy. So, and then I have them mounted on with these mounts that I got off of Amazon. And just real quick, speaking of Amazon, all the stuff that you see, you can go to the description of this video or any of my videos. I have an Amazon store link, and you can just click on the Amazon store link and you can find all this stuff off of my Amazon store. I do get commissions from it, so thank you. So yeah, it's all on my Amazon store. I mean, I practically got almost everything off of Amazon. You can find everything off of there, and they're good deals. So yeah, water. Okay, I added that right there because it's a dark Jeep, and just the plain white water jugs were just plain. Okay, now we're gonna go and see the inside on the driver's side, back. As you guys see, this little thing right here, when I sleep in my Jeep, I have to have it open just a little bit because I need the ventilation. So these things make sure no bugs crawl in or fly in or escape in. And then also little one's in there right now, so I have it rolled down pretty far down so she can have some air flowing through. And I have a feeling you guys are about to see little one. Okay, maybe not. I thought she would be right there. So just real quick before I turn this camera around. My other Jeep, this is the driver's side, behind the driver's seat. My other Jeep, I had two stackable drawers right here. They came out to like right there. And that took up a lot of room. Like a whole lot of room. So now I threw those bad boys out, and you'll see how I replace those in a little bit. But now little one has her own little area right here. So this is her bed, which is right beside my bed over there. There's that 1.5 gallon water jug right there. And then all that storage space down there. Now, if you watched the other video before this one, I originally was trying to leave the back seats in, just have them folded down. But I lost so much storage space doing that. So I had to take those back seats out. And wow, what a freaking difference. Huge difference. Because that gave me so much more room down there. Okay, so much more room. I don't have these big things right here anymore. There's the bed. There's the doggy. She likes to sit and look out the back door. So I added these up here too. These little fairy lights. They were pretty cheap off of Amazon. Right now they're on blue, but they're pretty bright. They change colors. And then up here above the roll bar is little one's playpen. And then over there on that side, I normally have my solar panel. But I have my solar panel out right now getting some sun for my jackery. So I guess I can show you on this side since we're on this side. So this thing right there is a phone mount. So when I'm laying in the bed right there, I just put my phone up there and I can watch movies or shows or YouTube or whatever. And then got the storage bags, which I had in my other Jeep, the storage bags. And then we'll look at everything from the other side. Say bye to the doggy. Bye, doggy. Where I'm set up camp at, I'm pretty secluded, and some people just, 2 cars, a truck and a car, just pulled up like a few feet away. And I hope they're not setting up camp, because this is a huge, 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 huge free camping area. And decency of when you see other people camping, you do not set up right beside them. So if you guys hear other people talking, that's what it is. And if they start setting up, I'm gonna go have a talk with them and say, really? Really? There's so many other places to go camp at. Not beside me. Especially when I'm trying to film and you guys are being loud. Alright, this is the passenger side, and this is how I get into my Jeep when I want to go to bed. And as you guys see, there's the bed for me to go to sleep on. Down here is my jackery. This is what's keeping my fridge going. My fridge is the only thing that's plugged into this jackery at all times. Over here, I have the Wii Boost. And the Wii Boost is a cell phone booster. And let me tell you, this thing works amazing. Amazing. So where I'm at right now, there's absolutely no cell signal here at all. None. Zero. Zip. But when I turn this on, I get 1 to 2 bars of signal. And I'm in the middle of a freaking forest. So that's pretty awesome. And it's always been like that. So I have the antenna. One side of the antenna is up here, and the other antenna is up on my dashboard. These are my window coverings. I got these off of Amazon too. They just have suction cups. It's pretty awesome. And they're for all my windows. So, here we are. Oh look, doggy. Hi doggy. Hi. Can you say hello to everyone? So there's the foam mount. And then there's my fan. And that fan right there is a USB powered fan. So I just charge it up with a USB cord. And then it stays charged. Like if I use the fan on medium all night long, it'll go all night long. But then I have to charge it the next day. But if I use it on low, it'll go for like 2 days, 2 nights. There's my disposable washcloths. So I can make sure I keep myself clean all the time. My face cloths right there. Over there. I keep all my window coverings right here. And then this is a heating blanket inside of my sleeping bag for those really cold nights. Okay, real quick, because I know what some of you guys are thinking about the people that are over there. You guys are probably like, oh, well, maybe they just feel safer setting up camp beside somebody. Now, if it was like a bunch of girls or a female or even a single man or something like that, then yeah, I would talk to the people first and feel them out. And I would get it. And I wouldn't mind if that was the case. But it's like a family. There's like 3 guys, 2 ladies, and I think like 3 kids over there. And we all know the kids are just really loud and screaming, and apparently the adults are too. So, I think they would feel safe camping by themselves somewhere. Okay. So, this is my favorite part of the Jeep. This is the back of the Jeep. Now I'm gonna have to turn the camera around and film all this. But real quick, as you guys can see, I did not have this in my other Jeep. This is a cargo rack. So I got the cargo rack and I installed the cargo rack. I figured getting the cargo rack and being able to put stuff on top of it frees up so much of that space on the inside of my Jeep back there. Then I got these cases right here, and these are some very sturdy, they lock very well, great cases. These are Front Runner hard cases, and they're an Overlanding company. Here comes the wind. So I have my dry food, some of my kitchen stuff in here, and then I have just like miscellaneous stuff in here. So that's how I was able to throw out those stackable drawers that I had behind the driver's seat of my old Jeep. And I put these up here. And then I can put stuff in the middle right here. And then, yeah, when I'm driving, I can still see out my back window because I have all that space up there. Now right now, because I'm set up camp, I do have this stuff stored up there right now, my toiletry bag and stuff like that. But when I'm driving, there's nothing on top of those boxes, so I can see out my back window. So then, these were in my old Jeep. These are slide-out drawers. And basically what they are is they're under-bed storage drawers. A lot of people, a lot of overlanders and Jeep people and stuff that build out their Jeep, they always put those metal drawers in or the wooden drawers in. And, you know, those people, 9 times out of 10, they're not full-timers. So the weight situation is not a big deal for them. But me, I am a full-timer, and I'm going all across this country. So I had to be very careful with weight and my weight distribution and everything like that. So I don't want to have so much weight in this Jeep where it's going to be bad for gas and did I mention bad for gas? You get it. So these are like a hard plastic. And right now I have 2 of them. They have wheels on the bottom, so they just roll right on out. This one over here is my summertime clothes, and that one over there is wintertime clothes. I know, I don't have a lot of clothes, but I live very minimalist. And then we have the dog. So then I got this paper towel holder off of Amazon, very cheap. And it has like a little rope on the other side. So there's little holes in this cargo rack. So I just tied it through the holes. And now I have my paper towels back here at all times where I cook at and do everything at. And I have to tuck it in because otherwise it'll roll down when I'm driving and stuff. Tailgate table. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera, but we'll get to it. But this is my cooking area and stuff. And then this is one of my favorite new things that I got. I am so excited for this. So excited. Wait, let me do this the right way where you guys can see. Because I know what you guys were thinking. You're probably like, is that your fridge right there? How are you going to get into your fridge with that cargo rack? I'm smart. Bam! It slides out. I got a fridge slide out. This is amazing. Now, I struggled with this because a lot of fridge slide outs, actually all of them, they're huge. And it would have taken up half the space back here. And so I was starting to get concerned. And so something told me to Google adjustable slide out fridges. And well, I'm glad I did that because there's only one company that makes adjustable slide out fridges. Not fridges, slide outs for fridges. So meaning it adjusts this way and lengthwise. Here comes the wind. This is what happens when you camp in nature and try to film in nature. So I was able to adjust it, and this is as small as it goes, and I was able to adjust it lengthwise. Oh my God, this was amazing. It was a little bit more expensive because it is the only company that makes adjustable slide outs, but well worth it. Game changer. Total game changer. Because I do all my cooking right here. And then we'll just slide it on back. Voila. Here is my tailgate table. My other tailgate table did not have a cutting board. This one, no cutting board. Cutting board. That's a game changer too. Because when I would have to prepare stuff and cut things, when I was cooking, I'd have to slide those out and I would do it on top of those. And then crumbs and stuff would get on top of that, and now I have that. My other tailgate table wouldn't fit on this Jeep. I'm really glad it didn't fit on this Jeep because I was able to find this one. Oh, by the way, so then over here, these little cups. See, I have stuff stored in there. That did not come with the Jeep. I found these on Amazon too. So I have one on each side. I have one there and one over there. So that gave me more room for storage. Then I have another storage bag up there. And then I have, let's see if I can get this. Where's the plug? My other Jeep did not have a 12-volt plug back here. This one does. So this is why I have the space right here between my fridge. So at nighttime, if I'm ever out, I have those lights. What do you think about that little one? How do you like the new Jeep? Yeah? Okay, good talk. I spilled some tea on my shirt. So in case any of you guys in the comments are like, oh, you got something on your shirt. Yeah, I know. I spilled some tea on my shirt. So then I had to put new door hinge steps on this Jeep. My other ones wouldn't fit on this Jeep either. It's two different models. So I'm short. Yeah, I'm short. And I have the hard cases up there that have a lot of things stored in them. So I have to be able to get into those hard cases. And well, I don't want to just be climbing on top of my hood and then on top of the Jeep, and you know, you get it. So now I have these door hinge steps, one on each side, so I can get up there to the hard cases. The only thing that sucks though is my other Jeep, I had the rock rails at the bottom below the doors. I had rock rails down there. And so I was able to step on the rock rail and then step on the door hinge step. Well, this one doesn't have rock rails. Eventually I want to get some, but I'm not spending the money on it right now. So I have to open up the door, and then I have to, you know, climb like that. And that's how I have to do it. So, yeah. These were a must-have. I had to have these in order to get stuff out of my hard cases. Because the hard cases have, like, my shower tent, my toilet, you know, a bunch of stuff just stored up there that I need. So, they're not out there for decoration. So that's it. Here's my tiny home on wheels. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, where I'm at right now, this force, I've already been up here for a whole week, and I have been so much happier being in this Jeep right here. I had to drive through some dirt roads and stuff, and with me having the smaller tires, the smaller Jeep, it was a lot smoother ride going down these dirt roads and these back roads and everything. The inside, you know, I wake up in the morning and I can actually take a moment before I get out of the Jeep because I have so much space in there. I can sit up in the bed and just enjoy trying to wake up for a minute and then get out of the Jeep. I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good with this build. I don't foresee myself changing anything for a little while. You know, like there is a couple more things that I'd like to get. Yeah, I mean, I'm very limited on what I could spend on getting this Jeep prepared. So I do have more stuff that I'd like to get, but it's all on my Amazon wish list. You can find that on there. But eventually I'll get all the other stuff. But I just got the basic stuff that I needed to get done. Everything else I can get later on down the road and stuff. But I'm very happy and content with this. It's been a huge, huge difference in the driving, the sleeping, just the space, everything. The water jugs on the outside. Very smart of me to do that. Eventually I might get gas jugs also. But I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years and I've never ran out of gas. Knock on wood. That's not wood, but you know. And I'm pretty smart. You know, this Jeep gets better mileage. A lot better mileage than my other Jeep. And so if I know I'm going to go on these back roads and out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to make sure I have a full tank of gas. And I'm going to have enough gas to get back off of those roads. So, and then adding more jugs adds more weight because a gallon of water is 8 gallons. So right now I have 8 times 4, 5. I have 40 gallons. I mean 40 pounds of water that I carry on my Jeep. Now granted, yes, it empties out as I'm set up camp and everything. But yeah, I mean, I loved my old Jeep. I really did. And it got me to some amazing places. I've seen some amazing stuff in places with my old Jeep. But I knew it was getting down to the time that it was time to retire her. I was starting to get a little nervous of going far, far out with my old Jeep. And now I have this brand new Jeep that I'm going to be able to go pretty far out and seclude myself. And I have a couple exciting plans coming up. I'm not going to announce them yet, that I'm going to be able to enjoy comfortably doing in this Jeep right here. Whereas I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing it in my other Jeep. So, yeah, this is it. I'm excited. And then, oh, by the way, these pants that I have on, I met this lady. She's a traveler also. And it was probably about, it was like the beginning of the year. And she sells clothes. And she gave me these pants right here. Because obviously I gave her one of my stickers. And on my sticker it has the peace symbol. And these pants have the peace sign on them. And she's like, oh, I got a pair of pants that would be perfect for you. And if you're watching, lady, I love these pants so much. So thank you for these pants. I really, really love them. They're so awesome and so comfortable, especially to just be lounging around out here in nature. And she didn't have a website or anything. I wish she would have. She just sells them on the road to fellow travelers. But she gave me these. So thank you, nice lady. All right. Time for me to get back to relaxing, enjoying my time here at this place. I only have like 2 more days here at this place. And then I'm moving on somewhere else. And yeah. Okay, so I put little one on a leash and acted like I was just taking her for a little walk. And I walked down there where the other people were about to set up camp at, and said hey to them, introduced myself. You guys know me, I'm a nice person, you know, so, but just started talking to them, and come to find out, they were there about to set up camp for the weekend, and they have a whole bunch of other people coming out for the whole weekend. And it was one of the adults' birthdays, and so they were about to be partying for the whole entire weekend. So that's what I would have been listening to while I'm over here trying to enjoy my nice, peaceful, being in nature sanctuary here. I would have been listening to a bunch of loud music and drinking and kids and all that stuff. So just very nicely to them, I told them, I said, yeah, I said, I'm a full-time traveler. I said, I travel around the States and set up camp and just try to enjoy peace and quiet and nature. And I told them, I said, I'm sure you guys, since y'all are locals, are probably familiar with the area, know that there's tons of free camping out here, and I've already been here for a whole entire week. And I said that the music and the partying would definitely probably bother me a little bit. And they were like, oh, well, you can come over and party with us. And I was like, I'm not really a partier. I was like, I don't drink. And I was like, and I'm in bed by the time the sun goes down. When it's nighttime, I'm in bed, and I'm an early riser. So they were really nice, and they did start setting up camp, but they weren't they didn't have everything set up. Thank goodness I walked over there when I did, because I would have felt bad if they would have had everything set up. So they said that they were going to go move and go to another site and set up over there, and they said they understood. And one of the ladies said that she'll come back and let me know where they're set up at, and that if I wanted to come over for they're going to be cooking out every night, and if I wanted to come over and have dinner one night with all of them, then I could. So that was very nice of them. I'm glad they understood, because if I would have started seeing all these freaking cars pulling up, I mean, literally, they were maybe, I'd say 50 feet, literally 50 steps. I mean, they were that close. So if I would have started seeing all these cars pulling up, I would have put two and two together that it was about to be a party for the weekend, and I would have had to pack up my site and have to go find another campsite, which it took me forever to get this site right here, because I've been up here in this force for a little over a week. And when I first got up here, it was so packed up here that I had to camp out in a wash the first night. And I knew there was not going to be any rain up here, but it was I drove around for like 4 hours looking for a campsite, and I ended up having to camp out in a wash for the first night. Then the next day I drove around looking for another spot because people were leaving, and I was able to find another spot. But the other spot that I found, it was like on a hill, and even though I have levelers for my Jeep to level me out, because it was just on such a big slope, I did not get a good night's sleep. I mean, I was sleeping slanted still. So the third day is when I found this site that I'm at right now. And that's because this whole entire area cleared out because the weekend was over with and stuff. So I would have been a little irritated and aggravated if I would have had to pick up and move to another spot because people were setting up 50 feet away from me to party. So I'm very glad that the people were very nice and understood. You know, if you ever have an incident like that, sometimes people just don't put two and two together. They just assume maybe other people just want to party and stuff too, you know. Some people think of camping as they go out and party, you know, so sometimes they don't realize that this is their peace and their sanctuary and stuff like that. So if that ever happens, you know, to you, if you're set up camp somewhere, just go have a talk with them, you know, go meet them and feel them out. And that's what I did. So thank goodness I did. I would have been very upset, especially if it would have been at nighttime and people were starting to pull up and everything. Then I would have had to go find another camp spot at night.